Are MMOs doomed? What's this?
I make it a point to try every MMO I can. Like my favorite MMO.
Let me look at the list here.
I make it a point to try every MMO.
Destiny, Alien. Oh, that game was so fucking bad. Ooh, that was bad. New World. What's this here? StarCraft. The Star Wars. I don't think that's one of them. Red Dead Online, Phantasy Star Online. Oh, there's a lot of these. Here we go.
MMO I can. Like my favorite MMO, Horizon Worlds, by everybody's favorite game director, the Zuck. Definitely has no problems at all. My point is, the greatest strength an MMO has is to put you in the shoes of whoever you want. But they not only put you in the shoes of whoever you want, they put you in a fun and interesting world to run around in with them. See, in a good MMO, your experience is completely unique to you. Take Elder Scrolls Online, for example. I was exploring a random corner of the map, and I see a weird cave with a dude hunched inside of it. Now, all signs would point towards not going in there, but I don't read signs. I'm illiterate. So I enter the cave, and the guy asked me if I want him to turn me into a vampire. So obviously, I'm like, yeah. Fucking duh. You should have done it already. He bites me, a portal appears, the vampire goddess spawns in, I like resurrect her and play through her life memories or some shit. It was crazy. But it's an experience I remember fondly, not because it was some structured quest telling me exactly what to do and where to do it, but because I, of my own volition, by chance, ran into it and became a fucking vampire. That's how you immerse someone in the world of an MMO. I don't need your Sword Art Online brain chip, Elon. I have Strange Man in Cave with Vampire STD. But this isn't just limited to ESO. Okay. Final Fantasy XIV's world, for
I'll take Sword Art Online, I'm sorry to say.
Example. And the areas within it are built with intention rather than just being a really big wallpaper to the story. They leave space for the player to have a non-linear experience if they want to. The potential games made like this have is endless. Because now that line in every game trailer, forge your own path, make your story, is actually doable. Now, I personally think one of the main pillars of gaming is immersing yourself in another world and doing shit you can't do in real life. And MMOs are the embodiment of that times 10. I mean, shit.
I feel like this isn't something that's unique to MMOs. Like, I've had a lot of formative experiences in games like Rust and even PUBG, but especially Rust. I think that online games, just in general, lend themselves to this kind of experience.
The first thing you do in 90% of them is decide if you want to be a cat girl or an orc.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't have that option when I was born. A great example of this immersion in a different world is Star Wars The Old Republic, which encompasses literally everything and anything you could want to do in the Star Wars universe. Or ESO and World of Warcraft, both with their own vastly different takes on the fantasy genre. But it feels like a lot of the time these amazing worlds and stories that could be so much more are held back by their creators' incapability to take any feedback. See, World of Warcraft, for example, is notorious for not giving a shit what their player base thinks. But even then, so many people...
They've actually done a much better job listening to the player base. I think that they have recently. This is beginning to change. And I think it's been changing for a while.
People are still playing
which is
because
good.
They love the game. So just imagine how much further that could go if they just listened. We should try it for a week. And this problem doesn't end with WoW. It's become a standard in the MMO space. Even in games like Wizard 101, where there's basically one dev who's active in the community, but he barely even knows anything about the game. Which is like, bro, I don't know if you know this, but you work there. I just imagine him every month just receiving his paycheck and going, honey,
where'd this come from?
The money paper arrived again. It's from the Wizards. Don't even get me started on how some of the best gear in that game is in loot boxes. Not cause...
So this is what I think this guy doesn't understand. He thinks that they're not listening to feedback, but they are listening to feedback. But the feedback they're listening to isn't from the forums, it's from the transaction history. The reason probably why Wizard 101 has the best gear behind a loot box is the same reason why Lost Ark has the best gear behind loot boxes. It's because that's where the money's at. And these games are designed to make money and be fun as an afterthought. That Lost Ark having multiple Guardian raids, multiple Chaos dungeons, having to play the game like a fucking sweatshop worker in order to stay competitive with a minor dolphin inside of the game. The reason why it's like that is because there's pay to win. It is designed that way to funnel people into... It is designed to be inconvenient in order to make people pay for it to be convenient. I don't see how this is hard for people to understand. Of course, that's the way it works.
Cosmetics like every good mount in WoW, but real gear with stats.
Yeah, of course.
This is why games like Final Fantasy were such a breath of fresh air. This is the director, Yoshi P, building an experience that...
Which, by the way, Final Fantasy is a fucking buy-to-play game with paid expansions that has a monthly sub fee that also has microtransactions. But people don't give a fuck because the game's good.
Didn't feel like you have to pull out your wallet every 10 seconds, like it's an arcade machine asking for more coins. Also being transparent and putting himself out there to communicate with the fans. Now, me, I would tell Yoshi P, I don't like Black Desert Online. I know he can't change that, but I would just tell him. See, BDO felt like a combat test build with MMO taped on it. The combat was cool, but that was really all that carried it. Because the story has the depth of a Disney Plus show. Which sucks, because the game itself is gorgeous. But if all you can do in that gorgeous open world is fight, it kinda loses its edge. Wait, then what are all the high-level people doing? They're fishing. They're fucking fishing. Because even though as MMO players we find enjoyment in the sometimes mindless grind, progression, and the feeling of completion, there also needs to be some substance attached to it. Because it feels like with every new MMO we get recently, the playable lifespan decreases more and more because of this lack of substance.
I think the playable life cycle of the games decrease also because people get better at playing them. They're better at experiencing and identifying gameplay loops and then taking advantage of them. That's another really big reason.
Because devs are forgetting that we're not just there for the grind. This is where Star Wars The Old Republic is different. SWTOR is not only the best Star Wars game, in my opinion, but a really good MMO too. They've got classes for every type of Star Wars character you could want to be, and the detailed worlds to put them into. The mounts are awesome, the story is...
Throne and Liberty will kill BDO? No, the only thing Throne and Liberty is killing is NCSoft. Look at their stock after it got announced.
And it's fully voice acted with dialogue choices that affect the story. So if you play as a Sith and you don't like a character and you want to kill them, eventually down the line, depending on what you choose, there'll probably be an option to do that sooner or later. In conclusion, all in all, no, I don't think MMOs are doomed. Seeing SWTOR, FF14, Diablo 4, and all the other amazing MMOs recently gives me hope for the genre. Of course, the looming threat of entirely cash grab, copy-paste MMOs is still there, but the genre has so much potential that it continues to bring us new, addictive, and exciting experiences.
Diablo 4 has a lot of MMO elements to it, let's be honest. It's an MMO light.
Experiences anyway. And that is all. None of these games are paying me, by the way, even though they should be. Thank you for watching.
I like this guy.
I'll see you next time. Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this. It's a clean, good video. I like it short, small, to the point. I've never watched this guy before. I'll give him a sub and a like. Let me link it for you guys. Yeah, MMO with Unreal Engine 5. We're seeing a lot of those happen already. Yeah, they are. Diablo needs a monthly subscription. Oh, they have it. It's called a Battle Pass. Diablo 4 better than Lost Ark. Oh, I'm glad you're liking the game. I like Diablo 4 as well. I also like Lost Ark, though. So the truth is that the reason why these games are the way they are is because they're designed this way in order to get people to pay for microtransactions. That is the goal. They are designed to be inconvenient and annoying, so people go out of their way to spend money. That's just the way it is. Look at the Lost Ark player count. It's fucking sad. I already had it open from last time. Yeah, that's really, really, really bad. 40,000 online players. That is extremely bad. But anyway, yeah, so like with this kind of stuff, it's definitely sad to see like these games not doing well, whether it's New World or Lost Ark. And also the problem is that like whenever a game starts doing bad, it will only keep doing worse. And that's the worst thing about it.